Digital.org states that 50% of young people have bullied another, and 30% of young people do it every week. Bullying another person is wrong. It's hurtful. It tears them apart inside. It makes them have a very negative self-image upon themselves. It can make people feel worthless. It can make people feel stupid. And everybody has seen at least one example of severe bullying and the consequences. If there's still people who perform this horrible act every day. Let's take a look at some different types of bullying. The first type is child bullying. Child bullying can be either one child bullying another, or it can be even an adult bullying a child. There's not just one reason. There can be plenty of different reasons why people would do this. But one thing is for sure, child bullying is a problem in schools. It's not necessarily a problem because the teachers want it to be, or the administration wants it to be. Mostly teachers don't realize that there's a problem because the bullies inject fear upon the people they're bullying and make them too scared to tell somebody else that they're being bullied. They're scared that they're not going to believe them, that the teacher's just going to tell them they're coming up with a lie just to get someone else in trouble, or they're going to tell and the bully will find out and nobody will do anything about it, so they just get even worse. They get bullied worse, more often, more times a day. Bullying statistics states that child bullying teaches them to take a certain view upon how a normal relationship is, and it creates a negative self-image in ways that affect them for life. At such a young age, there's really no reason for children to have negative images of themselves. There's no reason that they should be scared to go to public because their bully might be there. There's no reason for a child to worry about such things. There are many different reasons why someone might bully somebody else. Some reasons can include, namely, the child could be very intelligent, and a bully doesn't like that. It makes them jealous. It makes them feel stupid, and they don't like feeling stupid. They like to have power, so they may be verbal, they may be physical, and they'll bully another child to make them feel like they're stupid, to make them feel like they're not important, so that they stop trying in school, so that there's nobody that's better at one thing than the bully is. The bully wants to be best at everything, so if you're smart and they're not as smart, they might take that out on you and make you think that it's your fault. Other children can be bullied because they're unique or a little bit different than somebody else. Being unique is a good thing. Not everybody should be the same. That makes for a very boring society. It makes for everybody doing the same thing all the time. You need uniqueness. You need people to be different. But somebody who's a bully might see that as a threat to them, might see that as people who used to like the person that's bullying others is going to start liking the more unique person. So they tell them how being unique is bad and make them try to conform to what the society says is normal. Other people may get bullied because of the way they look or the way they dress. Now, elementary students can't necessarily pick how their parents dress them, and most elementary school teachers are dressed by their parents. So that also makes the child feel scared to go out in public because if their bully's there, they might make fun of them outside of school, and hearing it at school is enough. They don't need to hear it more than what they already do. So they don't want to go anywhere. They don't want to make any friends. They just want to stay at home. This child looks like she's been bullied, and she has people who could probably be talking about her, and she's depressed and doesn't want to make friends because she's being bullied for some reason. At a young age, as an elementary student, no student should be depressed at that young of an age. That just leads for a very hard life. Bullying usually starts out in children, but it can go into other areas. violence, it can be in adolescence as well. According to the National Youth Violence Prevention Resource Center, almost 30% of teens in the United States are estimated to be involved in bullying as either a bully, a target, or both. That means nearly half of the teenagers in America bullies somebody or is bullied. It seems as though bullying is something normal in our society, and bullying should not be something that's deemed okay. There shouldn't be an increase in the number of people being bullied. There needs to be a decrease in the number of people being bullied. Even as adults, you see bullying in the workplace because you might be more productive or maybe be your boss's so-called favorite, so you might get bullied for it. It might not look the same as in children, but it's the same thing. If someone's telling you that you're sucking up or that you're trying to be better than everybody else and make the boss like you more, they're going to say negative things if they're not being as productive as you, and it's not right. It's wrong to sit there and be mad at somebody because they're more productive than you are. Instead of bullying somebody, that person needs to try to step it up and be just as effective. They shouldn't try to tear somebody down and make them want to do less at work so that they are constantly getting in trouble by their boss because they're not being effective like they had been in the past. If you're willing to look close enough, you can find bullying in almost every environment. Now that you understand different types of bullying, I want to tell you what can happen as a result of bullying. One person, as human, can only tolerate so much. At some point, they're going to snap, and they're going to do something probably dramatic. One thing that might happen is violence. One child might hear too much one day and snap and start being very violent. They might lash out. StopBullying.gov states that in 12 out of 15 school shooting cases in the 90s, the main cause was bullying. That is extreme violence, all because someone wanted to pick on somebody else. People lost lives, people were injured, yet other people lost people that they loved. It's very emotional and it's very hard on many, many people when bullying goes from one person getting picked on to 10 people dying. Another consequence may be the decrease in the academic achievement. Like I said, if you're an elementary school student and you're being bullied, you're not going to want to do as good in school as you should be. If you're being bullied at work, you're not going to want to work. You might even quit your job just to get away from your bullying. These are just some types and outcomes of bullying. There are many more. But hopefully hearing some of these different aspects of bullying, you'll be more likely to stand up for someone if you see them being bullied, or confront someone who is a bully and tell them why it's wrong and why they should not be doing what they're doing. Please, let's always be aware of our surroundings and know what is going on around us so that we can help those out that are too afraid to ask for help themselves.